G'day avocado enthusiasts, welcome to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree and this series, Avocado Diaries, where we are following very closely the growth of these avocado seeds. Well, now, small avocado trees. 139 days ago, I started germinating these in plastic bags with paper towel, and 67 days ago, they went into this fish tank. So just over 2 months ago now, it's not been too long, but in that time, we have seen rapid root growth, and as we saw a few weeks ago, we have got lots of upward growth as well. Let's take a closer look and then we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing today. I am now very excited to report that all 6 of the seeds are growing. It took finally quite a while, but in the last couple of days, we've finally seen it put out a root. R was also taking its time, but it's also got a really good root system now, and it's also started to grow its shoot, which is just very exciting. The other 4 avocados, which have been growing for a while, are getting very tall and very lanky. We've got these 2 down here, that's Avocado of Light and Treasure Island. The flags aren't on at the moment because they're not waterproof. They are getting very long and we need to do something about that so that they can float on the water again. And the other 2 trees are looking fantastic as well. United States of Avocado and Chill are both looking really good and they're almost touching the grow light here. Due to the high nutrition in the water, due to having a good amount of light with our grow light, they are looking really good. They're growing really quickly, but they're also growing really tall, which is actually pretty common with avocado trees. But I like to do something to encourage more branches and more leaf growth so that they can actually be more productive. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Today we are going to prune these avocado trees. But why do we prune? Let's take a closer look at what's happening here and we'll have a chat about it. Okay, we're very close now. The frame is a little strange, but I wanted to show you exactly what's happening here. So last time we talked about how avocado trees grow. They grow from the top. At the top of the tree here, we have got the primary meristem. The meristematic tissue is here. Meristem is where the growth comes from. This is where all of the different kinds of cells from the plant come from. It's how it grows. So once a plant has grown, it's going to then keep growing from the top. So these areas are going to get wider over time. They're not going to get much longer though. They can be a little bit of lengthening, but mostly from here, it's going to get wider over time, but it's going to keep getting taller from the top. This primary meristem is at the apex of the plant, or the end of a limb. And this limb, in this case, is the main trunk. So this apical meristem is what's causing it to get taller. And it's just going to keep getting taller because avocados are quite apical dominant. Now what that means is that it's just going to get taller until something happens to it. Now, often trees will spend their first year or 2 getting tall before they start shooting out their lateral growth from their branches, which come out from these nodes here. But we can adjust that and help our trees to be actually a little bit stronger. At the moment, the stem is quite flimsy because it's so long and tall, and it's not growing that many leaves because it's focusing on getting tall instead of producing lateral growth or leaves along the stem. There's also not that many places it can grow leaves because all of the nodes are along the trunk. If we can get it to grow some limbs, some branches, it's going to be able to grow more leaves as well. So how do we make that happen? Well, pruning is the way that we make that happen. So I've got some clean scissors here. You can use secateurs or pruners, but because these are so small, scissors will do the job. Now, if I am to take off the apical meristem, it's going to then cause the tree to, well, it can't keep growing out of the top because I've removed the primary meristem. It's going to look for its other meristematic tissue, and they are located in the nodes. And you can tell it's a node because that's wherever we find a leaf coming out of. Sometimes they'll just be a notch, and we have them along these trees as well. But if we prune above that, it's going to then cause the tree to push a lot more energy and actually accelerate the growth by growing from its nodes. Now, often the tree will actually continue to grow a trunk if we prune it close enough to a node. And I made a video specifically about where to prune avocado trees. There's a link in the description below, but it can also grow branches. So let's get to it. Generally, I like to wait until my trees are about 20 or 30 centimeters tall before I trim them to around 15 centimeters. Just to where the nearest node is, and I prune just above it. it's not going to grow from the internode, the space in between the nodes. It's only going to grow out of the nodes. Inside each node is meristematic tissue, which is undifferentiated cells, which could become any part of the tree. It could become a leaf, could become a branch, could become a new apical meristem, it could become a root. So we're going to prune just above it, and it's going to keep growing from there. So we're up to the brutal part, doing the pruning. Let's do it. Okay, let's start here with United States of avocado. It's looking really fantastic there, isn't it? I'm going to choose, I could choose any of these nodes really. I'm going to come and I'm going to choose this one. I'm taking off really all of its leaves, so we'll just see how it grows out from its node there. There we go. And I'll put that to the side. Then we've got over here, we've got Chill, which as you can see, super lanky. Is actually, if I put it directly under the light, it is touching it. So that needs to be pruned, and I'm going to prune it in a similar spot just here. There we go. Now we've got our two really tall ones which have sunken. So I'm going to pull up Avocado of Light in this lovely pink Avocado vessel. And we have got, whoa, a lot of a lean there, and that's not very helpful for it. So I want to prune it back to this node. Now this node's been underwater for a while, and I'm actually curious to see what will happen. My prediction is that it's going to keep growing, but we'll just wait and see. So I'm going to prune it just here. Oh, and it sunk again because it was still full of water. That's a lot of tree there. Let's pull that back up. Empty the water out. We can put the flag back in now actually, which most of the ink has run out, but that's okay. We'll see how that goes. And then we've got our last one, which is Treasure Island, and similarly it's developed quite a lean here, and these leaves are a lot more wrinkly and a lot softer, more delicate than the other ones because I think it leant away from the light, just because that's where it fell over, and then it was trying to grow back towards it, but we can help it out. So I'm going to prune it. I'm going to find a node, and we've got a node, there's just a notch here, so I'm going to prune it at that notch. There's no leaf coming out of it, but the node's still there, so that should be okay. There's that one, and we'll correct it. We'll bring that back to the surface. We'll float it again, and that's all we need to prune for today because the others don't really have stems yet. And there we have it. We've got some pruned avocado trees. I expect now it'll take a couple of weeks for us to see some more growth coming out of those nodes, but because of the heat, it's summer here in Australia now, because of the nutrition in the fish tank, because of the fish, I'm expecting we're going to see some pretty rapid growth pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. There are less leaves now in the Avocado Lagoon, but I think that we're going to be okay. Now, last time I talked about how Quark had unfortunately passed on. Now, Rom has been in there for over a month now by himself. He's not showing any problems, which tells me it was just a problem with Quark. So these are schooling fish. I think we might need to go and find him some friends. So should we go shopping? Let's go shopping. Let's do it. Up having to go to 3 different stores to find guppies, but we got them, and it's time to take them back to the Avocado Lagoon. Home we go. They've been sitting in there for about 20 minutes now, so the water temperature is going to be the same. I am now going to gradually add a little bit of water from the tank into the bag so that the fish can get used to any of the different parameters. The parameters are looking good. I've tested very recently, but I just want to make sure that we can minimize the shock because moving into a different tank is very stressful. So I'm going to cut up in the bag and do that now. I'm going to let that sit for another few minutes now, and then we'll be ready to release them. It's been a few more minutes now, and we are ready to add them in. I'm going to add a little bit of food so that Rom is a little bit distracted, but I'm not expecting him to cause them any issues, so I'm just going to add that in there. He hasn't been fed yet today, so he should be pretty excited about that. And we're ready to add the fish. I'm going to turn the light off now to help prevent some of the stress which will be with the new fish. Moving is very stressful. Turning the light off and leaving them with some darkness can be very helpful. So I am excited. We've had a big day today. We have pruned these avocado trees and we've gone and added some more fish to the Avocado Lagoon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it and you're enjoying following along with these avocado trees. I know I'm having a lot of fun. I'm finding it really interesting and it's great to have you along for the journey. If for some reason you haven't yet subscribed to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, please consider doing so. And if you want more avocado content, other than on YouTube, you can check me out on Instagram at Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. Thank you so much once again for watching. Take care and we'll see you next time for another avocado growing update.
Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree.